Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm playing with this brand new deck. I went up against it a few times and it's really solid just because of how fast you're able to cycle to, more furnaces, more graveyards, and furnace obviously is still really solid. He's gonna go for something like that. That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and poison this. That will take care of the skeleton army, and the ice spirit is actually gonna jump over and force out a zap. Really nice stuff. So again, with this deck specifically, all you're doing is just cycling back to a bunch of furnace, forcing out extra elixir from your opponent, and then obviously going for your graveyards with the knight. One thing too is the goblin hut is still really solid. We're just gonna go ahead, drop the goblin hut here, and we're just gonna log this. Really solid option here. We do have ice spirit if we need it, but it doesn't look like we'll need it this time around. And the one thing about goblin hut is that you will still spawn a whole load of spear goblins, so that's just going to be extra benefit for you. Let's go ice spirit up top. And this deck again cycles so quickly in single elixir. That's when you can basically take advantage of getting back to your furnaces before your opponent gets back to their counters. Same thing for graveyard. But in double and triple elixir, you're able to just get so many furnaces on the map and just overwhelm your opponent. Realistically, probably the best counter to this might be someone rocking a bunch of like a bomb tower or something like that. That's a pretty solid way to defend it. We're gonna go poison here. But overall, my knight is level 14, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. If you don't have evil furnace, definitely feel free to just continue using furnace nevertheless. Maybe go for evil skeletons or evil ice spirit, and you'll still be perfectly fine. It's just the idea of spawning all of those ice spirits that really makes this deck really difficult to deal with. So I'm going to go for skeletons up high. I know he's going to go for that. I'm going to go for the furnace right here. And we have ice spirit, so we're going to use that to prevent that balloon from getting a hit. And then we can go for graveyard here. So double fire spirits is going to put in a boatload of work. We're going to log that, and we're going to have our furnace still alive and spawning fire spirits. Oh my gosh, that actually did a lot of damage right there. Really nice. Let's do this. Let's do skeletons up high. We're going to go for furnace off to the side here, and that's going to freeze that. At least buy our entire little bit of time. And we do have our evil knight, to grab my graveyard, and then we'll see what he has here. I'm gonna poison this. So he's got skeleton army and goblin gang in this balloon deck, so really interesting choice. Our poison's still gonna work that down, which is really nice. I'm gonna log this here. I'm gonna go for the goblin hut, and I'm surprised he's not changing up the placement of his balloon to be one tile over to the left. That would actually help him or force me to go for a goblin hut further out. Anyways, let's do ice spirit here. I'm gonna go ahead and log this because we're gonna get right on top of that witch, damage that down some, and I think we'll just kind of rinse and repeat right now. Kind of the idea with graveyard in general. I'm gonna go evil furnace right now. We'll go for skeletons. Oh, that's pretty good actually on his part. That is actually going to be a pretty solid try right there. I'm going to go graveyard one more time. We should be good here. We can drop the poison on that goblin gang or skeleton army, whatever he has. He doesn't really have a great defense against that, and that right there is going to wrap things up. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. Keeping things rolling. Starting out with the knight here in the back. Just getting back to, evil knights as much as possible. We'll go for skeletons here, and we'll help supplement this defense with the furnace. So we're going to get a log ready as well. Kind of curious what he's got here with the wizard plus the prince. Let's go for ice wizard here, or ice spirit. And I'm going to pop the graveyard. And let's see if we can maybe catch him off guard. We basically have, we're able to get connection to the tower, which is great. And I think we're going to go goblin hut here, and then we'll go with the knight afterwards. So the knight hopefully, hits that lumberjack first. And we're going to log this. Let's go with the skeletons. Should be able to clean that up and minimize the amount of damage. Ice spirit here should be able to slow that down, and that right there is a pretty solid defense. So he's got prince and lumberjack, which does make things a little bit challenging. We don't have our 1 elixir skeletons because we just used it. Let's go Goblin Hut. The Spear Goblins will take the hit for us, unless he goes for something like Lightning. We'll go with our Furnace here. So now that we know he's got Lightning, he did just use that, so that means he doesn't have it right now. But he's got Bowler, which does make this very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and poison this. And at least hopefully get us to the point where maybe we don't have to worry about that Wizard. Let's go with our Evil Knight here in the middle. I still don't know what he's got as a win condition. So we're definitely going to get our Graveyard ready. It could be aggressive, but I'm going to pop it. We're just about in double elixir, so I'm not as worried about it. I know he's... Okay, so he's got the Goblin Gang. We do have Log to kind of clean that up, plus the Dark Goblin. So we'll slowly get some damage here. I'm going to go Skeletons up high. He might have Lightning again, but I do have the Evil Furnace, so if he's keeping track, he would probably want to hold on to that. I'm going to go Graveyard now. And see if we can maybe get something out of him that he doesn't want to drop. I'm going to drop the Poison, hopefully get most of that Lumberjack damage down, and then we don't have to worry about it on this counter push. And probably go for something like a Log here. And yeah, I know he's got that, so I kind of figured he would do that. Let's go Knight here for that Wizard, and let's get back to Graveyard. He might drop that Goblin Gang. Yeah, there's that Goblin Gang. Knight's not going to help us much here, so we're going to have to be ready to defend this. Let's go Furnace here again. We'll go for the Log on the Prince plus that Dark Goblin. I think I missed the Prince, unfortunately. But we'll get ready for another push here. Not really sure what he's got besides just a really, really fast cycle spam deck of sorts. Oh, he's got Freeze. What? Okay, we're going to go with the Knight here. That would take the targeting from the Lumberjack. Was not expecting that in the least. We'll go Log. Hit the Bowler as well. Let's go Graveyard here. We'll go with the Ice Spirit. I'm going to poison this. That should be pretty solid. I know he's got this counter push coming up, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to go Skeletons. And that right there is going to wrap things up. Our Graveyard plus Poison is really solid. You're able to just cycle so quickly. It's really, really nice. Good game, well played. Let's get on to it. All right, next match here. Keeping things going. And for someone who doesn't play Graveyard too much, you know, this deck has definitely been pretty easy to kind of pick up and learn. Just because of the fast cycle and relying on Furnace to kind of help you out. Let's go Skeletons here. Have the Knight engage the Skeletons before our Knight. Maybe we'll go Ice Spirit. Kind of help out as well. I'm going to go Goblin Hut. Maybe we'll get an extra Spear Goblin just to kind of help with the minions. And as those get closer, that should help us as well. Let's go Graveyard here. Have 2 Spear Goblins kind of, you know, trying to make things a little bit more challenging on them. Yeah, one of the Spear Goblins actually lock on for some extra damage, which is great. I'll take any damage with this deck that I can get. And that should be able to counter the rest. Oh, okay. We can do this. We'll go Log. I think I missed one. Okay, I went slightly off-centered, but that still worked out big time for us. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to poison this Firecracker. So obviously what I want to do is keep my Log for his Goblin Barrel. We'll go Ice Spirit up high. And we'll kind of keep things rolling here. We can go Furnace in the back until he shows, you know, maybe he's got Berserker, so maybe he's still got the Rocket in this, but with the Dark Goblin, I don't think so. I'm going to go Knight here in the back. The next one will be the Evolution Knight, which, as we all know, is still really, really solid. Let's go Furnace here, so even if he does have Rocket, it's not going to be able to work. I'm going to Log this. That went pretty far back, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and poison this. Hit the cannon as well. And not like we're really going to need it, but I'm going to go for the Ice Spirit here up high. And maybe have that tank for the Fire Spirit or force out something like a Log. That works out too. I think that is about 7 seconds. We might get it. Yeah, we do get another Fire Spirit to spawn plus a hit. So that's really nice. Knight went down the wrong way, but we'll roll with it. Let's go Goblin Hut here. I think this is just like an interesting Goblin Barrel deck. So we got to be super careful because I can definitely imagine him, you know, definitely being really, really annoying to deal with here. So that should take out the Evil Firecracker. I know it got that connection. That Knight is just walking up and doing its thing. So I'm just going to keep things going here. Let's do this, and I'm just going to Log this. Yeah, went to the back for sure. Ice Spirit here. And then all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to poison because the Firecracker is just going to keep pushing itself back. And just like that, as you can see with a 3.0 Psycho deck, we're able to cycle to so many Furnaces, and this is going to be really annoying. Plus the Graveyard, guys. Even if he does arrows, our Evil Furnace is behind. We're going to go for a Log here, and then he's damaged down most of that Knight. So he's defending it pretty well, actually. So we've got to give him kudos. I'm going to do this. Going to go for a lot. Oh, he threw it in the back, so it actually kind of worked out big time for us. And let's do this here. I'm going to go for the Log. I think we got that. And let's go for the Furnace here. We need a Fire Spirit to... Oh, I think one spawned already. I'm going to go Knight here. Skeletons. Oh, he kind of helped again with that, with putting it as far back as he did. Should be able to clean that up. Let's go Furnace here. Evil Firecracker obviously being its usual annoying self. Let's go with the Ice Spirit here. Gonna go Knight. And that should be pretty solid. I mean, he's keeping the pressure up, so well played on his part. I'm gonna go Furnace here though. Now we are back to our Graveyard, and we have a decent push here. I'm gonna go for the Graveyard. Yeah, he preemptively dropped the Berserker. Berserker actually is pretty solid on defense against Graveyard. Let's do this and Ice Spirit. And yeah, that's going to be pretty solid. Let's go Furnace here. And I'm going to poison this. Now he's definitely playing that smart, not dropping it in the back, giving us poison value. But he's slowly chipping us away. But I'm going to go for a Log here. I'm going to keep the pressure up on him. I'm going to go with the Ice Spirit. I'm going to go poison here. And see if we can maybe get something good going. We can go with our own, with our Evil Furnace. I know he's got that coming up. So this here plus the Skeletons, and we'll go with this up high. And with 20 something seconds left, I mean, we're keeping the pressure up. I'm gonna go for Graveyard, and I'm gonna poison this. All we need is some good RNG. Oh, he gave up his Goblin Barrel, so this might do it. He's kind of just focused up on turtling up on defense, but even if we had a few more seconds, I would be able to drop that poison and wrap things up. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. Keeping things going. We can start out with that Furnace in the back. We have that Goblin Hut for air defense, so I'm not as worried about that. And against Goblin Giant, the Goblin Hut's actually really, really solid. We might actually get one splash on the tower, which is nice. Let's go Goblin Hut here. And as with, you know, the Fire Spirits and all of that are spawning, really, really helping out big time there. I'm going to just hang out here for a sec. And look at those Spear Goblins just putting in work. We'll go Ice Spirit here. That will allow more Spear Goblins to spawn from the Goblin Hut. I'm going to put a Knight in front of this. And then I'm going to go for Graveyard. Oh yeah, he's got Cannon. Most E-Giant decks are running that, but hopefully we're able to damage that down. He's going to have to drop a spell to defend that, or not, and I would definitely take that. That's going to be tower down. He dropped that E-Wiz really, really late. I'm just going to take it. Not complaining there in the slightest. I'm going to go for the Skeletons right here. And yeah, we'll just minimize the amount of damage there. Let's go Furnace, and we'll just wait for an opportunity to go with the Goblin Hut here. So we'll go Goblin Hut again, as you saw from the first time around. Really solid. He might have Lightning, which could change how this kind of plays out, which is why I'm going to go for Knight here. Keep that alive. Log this. Going to go with the Ice Spirit in the back. And yeah, look at that. We're going to spawn a few to kind of help us out. Have both towers on it, so we should be A-okay. We're going to go Goblin Hut here. That should pull that Inferno Dragon and get a whole bunch of Spear Goblins to start spawning, because Inferno Dragon just takes forever to kind of clean through that. So we'll take that. We can definitely go for something like Graveyard Evil Knight in the pocket here. Exactly what I'm going to do. Let's drop the Knight here. And we can definitely go Poison on top of this. I think that's worth it in my eyes. We'll take out the E-Wiz. And Mini P.E.K.K.A is definitely going to run back to try and help that. Let's go with our Evil Furnace. Let's do this here. I'm going to go for a Log. And we'll go for the Ice Spirit, which didn't work out, but that's fine. We'll take out the Furnace or the Firecracker nonetheless. Let's go with the Skeletons here. Not like we really needed it, but just in case we did. Let's go Graveyard here. I'm going to go Knight here. I don't think he's going to have anything else. I think that's going to wrap things up. So as you can see, even if that was a little hiccup on his part with the E-Wiz kind of slowed to drop, or it's an internet connection, whatever it may be, this deck is absolutely insane on defense because of that Goblin Hut, especially against something like E-Giant. So good game, well played. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to keep trying out different decks with the Furnace just to see what I am kind of feeling this season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.